People who are still against sex before marriage, why? Story 1. My cousin is very religious. He met a girl in January, proposed in February, and married in June. No one in my family will admit it, but I'm pretty sure they moved so fast because they're lol. Story 2. I'm not so much wait until marriage, but completely in the wait until serious committed relationship camp. Is very intimate to me, and I'd like my partner to share that value. No shame to those that are into more casual relationships, it's just not my thing. Story 3. Because you'll hold up the ceremony. All the guests are waiting patiently. Story 4. I'm religious, but I try not to be an asshole about it. No for me doesn't mean no for thee. Story 5. Personally am not against it, but I know someone that is, and she said she personally wants to share that experience only with one person in her life and wants to be sure that they'll be together forever, so she wants to be married before. What was interesting to me was that she said she wouldn't mind if her then husband would have not waited. It's just her preference. I don't share that opinion, but I understand her point of view. Story 6. I was against before marriage, but no longer am. My husband and I were pretty religious while dating, so we waited until marriage. I'm sad about the missed opportunities we had lol. It was extremely hard waiting the 5 years we dated, and then having to turn off that part of your brain once you are married is weird. We've been married 7 years now, and I still feel a sense of anxiety like I'm sinning when we're intimate. It definitely messed my subconscious up. Friends, before we continue our video, I want to remind you of the importance of subscribing to our channel. We are also waiting for your comments and likes. Thank you. Let's move on to the video. Story 7. My reasons were religious mainly. On top of it, I find sex to be very exposing and something to do when I feel safe and close. I never wanted a relationship built on sex or physical, and that only. I wanted to build a relationship on trust and communication first and physical second, and that boundary helped me do that. Story 8. I was against sex before marriage when I was younger because why would you want to have sex before you have to? Turns out I'm a sex and just didn't know that other people do have a sex drive and actually want to have sex. I always legitimately thought this was made up. Story 9. Throughout most of my life, I was very adamant that I was not going to have sex before marriage. Not necessarily because of religious reasons. I was raised Catholic, but I'm not very strict about that. I simply think that sex should be done when there is love and commitment because it's sharing your body with someone, and that's a big deal to me. It also comes with a lot of risks, so I just wanted to be in a stable and loving environment before I did that. I dated guys through high school and college, but never slept with them, and I was in a few long-term relationships. In hindsight, they were not great boyfriends, and I'm so happy I wasn't having sex, because if I had done that with them, it would have made everything so much more complicated, and it would have made their impact on my life so much larger. However, 3 years ago, I met my Beth and decided not to wait for marriage. The love is there, and it just felt right. I've not regretted it. Although, if he and I were to not work out, I think I would go back to not having sex until it felt right and stable. I couldn't do casual stuff. Story 10. As a woman, setting boundaries helped me find quality men who were interested in me as a partner instead of just sex. Plus, to me, the key to a successful marriage has more to do with communication and the ability to resolve conflict rather than sex. It's worth it to focus on building up those skills instead of a sexual relationship, which is often built on infatuation. Story 11. From my voluntarily abstinent till marriage friend, she says it forces your relationship to be 100% based on anything but sex. And if you can hold things together without sex, then you're likely to last to the classic of till death. Being able to love someone unconditionally, purely based on things like personality, morals, and shared values seems like a great thing. Granted, I've personally only seen it result in divorce, domestic violence, adultery, and spontaneous shifts in orientation. But on paper, the idea makes a lot of sense, like making sure you're friends before you start seriously dating, just taken to the next higher level. Story 12. My wife waited for personal and religious reasons, which is fine. I did not. It is just a choice after all. However, after years of marriage, we have come to realize we got extremely lucky with compatibility. The question isn't whether sex is good or bad, because any good marriage will have each person learning how to please the other. The issue is if you fundamentally want different things in the bedroom, which of course you don't know what you like if you have never tried things, and that simply can't be solved by communication. Story 13. I know Reddit hates it when individuals have personal beliefs, but I'll give you an honest answer. Because I'm religious and I literally believe that God said not to. If you're not religious or your faith does not hold to that particular belief, all the power to you. I'm not going to be a dick about it if we don't have the same beliefs. Story 14. I'm just against marriage. Story 15. Aside from the fact it's against my religion, Islam, well, I believe is a thing you do only with the person you love deeply, the one you trust above all others. To be done knowing if you make any kid, that kid will have two loving parents rather than one with an absent father or mother. I say this with full understanding others don't think the way I do, and I don't force my beliefs on them. It's just my position on this. This is a good note to end on. Please rate your stories in the comments. I'll be happy to add them to future videos. Also, you can rate our other videos. We would be very grateful. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.